I'm Bill Riales. Thanks for watching, everyone. A clear start to your Friday this morning. How about the weekend?
Well, what you're looking at behind me, the aftermath of that huge fire that broke out just after 11 o'clock this morning. You pay $400 to $800 for a gun like this, but after they're stolen, they'll sell for $40 to $80 on the street.
A mother of two is in jail accused of allowing her 12 and 14-year-old daughters to have sex with adult men. Police say it happened in East Bruton. This is one of two abandoned vehicles that the city of Mobile has now confiscated. Some of the stories you'll hear are hard to imagine, like an 18-year-old kid sent to the war in Vietnam and getting shot in a battle that some said became a turning point in that war. He says that's because there are only 17 submarine museums in the country. Well, on some days in Mobile, you'd have to wonder, why a splash pad? Well, in the past, some bike sharing programs haven't worked out so well, but this program is a little different.
And now is 6 o'clock. It is Wednesday morning. Thanks for waking up with News 5 this morning.
And,
I'm Jessica Deloney.
Yeah, that's you.
That's the next line, right?
And I'm Bill Riales. Thanks for watching, everyone. You're gonna want to get your burr meter out. You have one, don't you?
My mouth froze, John.
All right, we've got some more Christmas business to take care of. The Saraland Christmas Parade has been postponed. There's Chad. Chad's right. He's gone. He's in the store. They got some bargains going on right now. All right, we got chilly weather to talk about too. All right, thanks, John. Well, the city of Fairhope had a special election yesterday on whether or not to change the city's form of government.
This is a facility that's been talked about for decades here in Mobile, and now it's almost a reality.
According to the Miami Herald and Orlando Sentinel, Nelson will concede after losing by a razor-thin margin.
There's some pretty strong gusts of wind blowing here on Dauphin Island, and the high tide and that wind have caused a little bit of flooding here on the west end.
We've got more to come. News 5 at 9 this morning. Devin Walsh will be here along with that guy right there, John Nodo.
We'll see you then.
I'm Bill Riales. Thanks for watching, everyone. First on 5 this morning. A pleasant start to your Monday, and hope some of that will last throughout the week. Let's check in with John. Well, we expect to get an update from Baldwin County Sheriff Hoss Mack this morning about a shooting in Magnolia Springs. 4 people were injured in that shooting. 3 of them remain at University Hospital this morning. A suspected child rapist has been captured after a community tip. This is 33-year-old Simon Porter. And it looks like pleasant conditions are going to last for most of the week. Let's check in with John. We're only 3 days away from Thanksgiving, and missions around the region are preparing for a big annual Thanksgiving meal to feed the less fortunate. When did they start getting out the entire week?
Entire week. I know.
I mean, it was supposed to be like Thursday, Friday, and you get off, and it's like, we get off.
And sometimes you get out like a Wednesday at noon. Back in my day,
really?
Yeah.
Well,
I believe it's a whole week.
All right, 6:42. Welcome back to News 5 this morning. We get the view of the USS Alabama. The sun coming up. Another pleasant day. So it is the last week of the college football regular season, and that means rivalry week. The Iron Bowl is in Tuscaloosa this year. The Crimson Tide is the nation's top team. Meanwhile, Auburn is unranked, looking to end Alabama's undefeated season. You can just look out there and see how pleasant your Monday is starting, and it will continue for a while. Let's check in with John. New this morning, an investigation underway in Destin after a teenage girl was stabbed to death inside an apartment. We know one person is in custody. News 5's Chad Petrie is following that story from Okaloosa County. He's live now with the latest on that. Good morning, Chad. After Friday morning's incident, Boo Radley's will be beefing up security to make sure something like that doesn't happen again. An event that sparked controversy back in September returned to Mobile over the weekend, and so did the drama surrounding it. Protesters for and against Drag Queen Story Hour gathered outside the West Mobile Regional Library on Saturday. All right, very good. We've got more to come this morning. News 5 at 9 a.m. Devin Walsh will be here along with that guy right there, John Nodo.
see you then.
Well, in Florida, Matt Gaetz has secured his second congressional term. Gaetz won the race in a landslide, earning more than 182,000 votes compared to Democratic candidate Jennifer Zimmerman's 74,000. Youth votes are up an estimated 400% this year in Nevada, and many expect similar rises across the nation. Early and absentee voting among people 18 to 29 has increased dramatically in several states with hotly contested races, including Arizona, Florida, Georgia, Illinois, Nevada, and Texas. That's where Democrats hope Beto O'Rourke would oust incumbent Ted Cruz from the Senate. The El Paso representative failed to beat Cruz, who will now return to the Senate for his second term. Florida's Rick Scott is declaring victory over longtime Democratic Senator Bill Nelson. According to the Miami Herald and Orlando Sentinel, Nelson will concede after losing by a razor-thin margin. News 5's Chad Petrie keeping an eye on that race for us this morning.